Hello, come on in. Welcome. I am back. Lots of fun celebrating Christmas with family. Let me get over here and give a few of you a chance to find the live stream. I hope everybody's doing okay and had a great Christmas. Hey, Debbie, looking forward to seeing you this evening. This evening is my first. Good morning, Susan. My first face-to-face stamp club meeting in about, what, Debbie, 3 years, I think. I've lost track of time. Good morning, Ramona. Welcome from Oregon. Glad you're here. And thank you if you're watching the replay. Yeah, Debbie, right. It's been a while. I'm so excited. Okay, let me come on and talk to you for just a minute. Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I called this like an impromptu live because, oh my goodness, my youngest daughter and her family left yesterday. Oldest daughter, Mia's mom and her dad are at Disney. So really yesterday evening and today were the first days that I had a chance to get back in my craft room here and just organize. I had my pre-order that came in for the new mini that goes live next week, and just now opened the first bundle this morning. So I put together a fun fold card for you, and we're going to make it. And I'm telling you, hey, Nancy, welcome. I was rusty, y'all. I finished my holiday cards, pretty early. And then I needed more. So I made another stack. Hey, Carol. And I made another stack. And then it's kind of like all I was doing was making gift bags, making more gift tags. And so I really wasn't doing the whole design and cut and measure. It was just all pretty basic. Hey, Karen. And so anyway, I went today to try to do this fun fold card, and I can't tell you, I'm admitting that I made so many wrong cuts and scores that it was funny. It's like, okay, you can get rusty on this. It's like, let me get back in the groove, and so excited to be here. So I want to mention, first of all, the new mini catalog and celebration, which is a big Stampin' Up! Event of the year, goes live next week. I believe it's January the 4th. I'm going to double check the dates. No, it's the 5th. January 5th. Let me look. Yep, January 5th. It goes live. And so we're looking forward to that. And if you're not familiar with what celebration is, it is a promotion where there are free items and gifts that you can get with each $50 purchase, and some with a $100 purchase. And there's also a fabulous Join Stampin' Up! Offer. We'd love to have you on our Stars team. And I'll be going over more of that once it goes live next week. So be looking for that. So January 5th is on, is that Thursday? See, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yes, Thursday. So Thursday, I may try to do a live in the morning on next Thursday too. I know I usually do my lives on Tuesday, but with the holidays and everything, it's just, kind of off right now. So, but since the new catalog will go live next Thursday, I will probably do it another morning live on Thursday to just kind of go over some things and maybe create a project. Okay. All right. If you're watching and you don't have a demonstrator and you would like for me to send you a mini catalog and celebration brochure, I would be happy to do that. Just leave a note in the comments or email me at lisa@inkinspirations.com. You can also find me on Facebook Messenger and send me a message that way. Hi, Karen. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thanks for being here. Okay. All right. I'm going to switch to my desktop. We're going to talk a little bit about the products that I'm using, and then we're going to make a fun fold. Okay. Let's get going here. Let me see if I can switch. Here we go. Okay. So for today's project, I'm using the Country Bouquet bundle, and it has a Valentine feel, but it's precious and can be used anytime. You can see the heart-shaped theme going throughout the stamp set, but, it has the with love, the for you, just wanted to say, I love that we're friends. So you could use this anytime. And then, of course, you have your Valentine's Day sentiment, okay? Now, with the bundle, coordinating with that is this Country Bouquet punch. Look how I can see myself. That is so funny. Okay, so anyway, this goes with the stamp set. It also coordinates with a piece of the designer series paper. Okay, and I'm going to be showing you that here, a 6x6 of that in just a minute. So I don't know about you, but when I am wanting something quick, the punches or the ticket. Okay, so this is a great bundle, and like I said, can be used for Valentine's and really anytime. So hey, Cindy, good morning. All right, so there's the stamp set and the punch. That's the bundle, and then there are two pieces of designer paper that go along with this suite. Okay, and so first of all is the 12 by 12. I have it cut in 6x6, and I just wanted to show you the designs within the paper. Okay, so here is some blue, balmy blue. You can see the colors in the paper have the balmy blue, the knit macaron, and petal pink on this one. Okay, and then on the back you have this in soft sorbet, which soft sorbet is so close to real red that the ribbon in this suite is actually a red. Let me show you. You've got, see, and it's great, and it can be used with so many things. And then we also have a crumb cake ribbon, which is a great neutral. I'm glad to see it coming back used as a neutral that can go with anything. And I love this double-edged stitching on here. It's very soft and easy to tie. And I made an extra card out of this fun fold that I'll be showing you toward the end of the video. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, here's the first pattern, front and back. And here's the next pattern, which fits the punch. Okay, so you can punch out these heart sleeves and this little tiny heart here. Love that. Or it can be used as a background. And then this pretty stripe. And then we have this floral with the hearts scattered throughout. That soft sorbet that could pass for real red. And then a balmy blue all over pattern with tiny hearts. Okay. And then look at this bicycle with a little flower basket on the back. I think this is a darling print. I love those little bicycles. You could even cut out the bicycle and use that as I think it would be great on a friendship card. Okay. And then here's a diagonal stripe in the balmy blue. Then we have this one, which I love the feel of this. It's so calming. It's got a mossy meadow background, but it's not, doesn't scream at you. It's just a beautiful background for these petal pink flowers. And you can see it's almost like they stamped off. See, here's the dark, and then it looks like if you stamped again, you would get this lighter shade, and if you stamped again would be the even lighter shade. So I like that look. And of course, you can get several shades of ink from each of your ink pads when you stamp. Stamp off once, ink it, stamp again, stamp again. You keep getting lighter. Okay, pretty pattern there. And then here's a petal pink with some rows of hearts. This one is the pattern I'm using on the card that I'm demonstrating today with these balmy blue hearts. And, I already showed you that one, didn't I? Did I have two of those? Oh, I had two of them. Sorry. Okay, and then this is all over heart pattern, which this heart mimics this two-step stamping heart. See this heart? You stamp the flowers in either the petal pink or the sweet sorbet or red, and then you can stamp this in the green of your choice, and you stamp over this one. You see how there are spaces here, and it's a photopolymer stamp, so it's easy to just position that over and stamp, and then it makes a complete heart. Okay, and then you have some petal pink with X's and O's and hearts on this background. Okay, so that is, I think it's the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. And the next one I'm showing you here that goes along with this suite as well is the Country Gingham. Hi, Dawn. So in this, I love it because we have the Sweet Sorbet. Let's see, do I have all my patterns? Yes, 6. There are 6 double-sided patterns, 8 pieces of each pattern. Don't you love that instead of just 4? I love that. Okay, so look at this. We have petal pink on one side and then the balmy blue on the other side. I love that. And look at this. This is a petal pink, and it's got a thin line of sweet sorbet going through those little checks, and then you have this diagonal check for with so saffron mint macaron, Lisa. Okay, and then here's another petal pink, and then another balmy blue, and then we have our sweet sorbet. You can see the patterns are very similar. It's just that we get each of the colors that's in the designer paper. Look at that mint macaron plaid, or check, I should say. Here's another one, and another balmy blue. And then here's the sweet sorbet check, and then a mint macaron diagonal. Okay, so this coordinates very well. You can see you can mix and match. They all coordinate, okay, with both stacks of designer paper. Okay, let me move that aside, and let's get started. Okay, let me show you the front of the catalog. I can't show you the inside yet. It's beautiful. Look at this. Okay, there's the mini, and here is the celebration brochure with the free items that you can choose. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you would like one of each of these, I do have some in stock that I can send right away. If you have a demonstrator, though, be sure and check with her. She would love to send you one. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is the card we're going to make. Isn't that cute? I don't really know the technical name of this fun fold, but I call it like a box easel or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's cute. And it's once you make one, it's like, okay, I got this, and you can just keep going. So I will tell you that when you're assembling this, you want to do your bases with the solid colored cardstock, which in this case I'm using balmy blue, and your designer papers. You want to get all of that put on. So let's look at this. We have a 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. I'm double checking my measurements here, and we're going to score that at 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 8, and 9. Then we have another piece. This is the one I kept messing up on. 3 by 5, scored at 1/2 by 1 1/2. Okay, so that's the bones of the card there. And then you choose your designer paper. So I've chosen this balmy blue heart print at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have that same print at 1 1/4 by 4. Okay, so we'll use it like that. And then I chose a piece of the gingham, the Country Floral gingham, at 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. This is another one I kept messing up on the cuts. I don't know what was going on in my head. And then I have some scrap to stamp and punch on. So I just have a piece of basic white, And then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece that's going to go on the back of our card. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to move the pieces that I don't need right now, and let's do some scoring. Okay, here's the large piece, 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. I'm going to get out my not Simply Scored. I'm going to use my paper trimmer this time, because I know not everyone has a Simply Scored, and you can do this scoring on your paper trimmer. So we're going to put the long side up. Let's take this and put that here. Let's see, where can you see that? Let's do this. Nope. Right here. And so we're going to go at 5 1/2. Be sure you have your light gray blade. Get the cutter out of the way for now. 5 1/2. 6 1/2 is going to be this line here just past the arm hinge. 6 1/2. And then we need 8. And 9. Okay, so we have that. Now let's go ahead and score our 3 by 5 piece. Okay, 3 by 5. I'm going to score on the right hand side since I have enough cardstock here to hold on to while I'm doing that, and score at 1/2 and 1 1/2. So that's going to be this very last area of white on the trimmer. That's 1 1/2. Okay, now we're going to give this some good creases with our bone folder. Let's see. So I'm going to fold on that line and this line and then give it a crease. So does anybody have big plans for New Year's, or do you stay home and have a quiet evening? What we like to do is go out to eat at my favorite seafood restaurant. It's kind of like, I kind of determine that because it's like it's a fun, and we go early to beat the crowds. But it's a very established and long-term favorite restaurant in the area. It's called the Schooner, and it's just great food. It's not fancy, okay, but the food is fancy. The food is great. You can dress casual, and it's just fun. So we've asked some friends. Hopefully they can go. Okay, so now I have both of these done. Now the next important thing to do, college bowl games. Yeah, that too. Love it. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to do our designer paper. Remember, you have to do your designer paper first. So this piece with all these score lines is going to come over like this, okay? So we need to put this piece of designer paper down, and that's the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece. So let's get that down. Debbie, you like the Schooner too? I love it. I mean, if I have my pick, if anybody asks me where would you like to go eat, there's my favorite Mexican restaurant, TCU. Yeah, Kathy. Is El Viejo Tony, which is a Mexican restaurant, and I like the Schooner. But if I have to pick one, it would be the Schooner. Okay, so we have that there. Now we're going to look at this widest area here. Okay, so not the one next to the fold of the front, but right here is where the other 1 1/4 by 4 inch piece is going to go. So let's put that on. So while I'm doing this, I want to say, if you're not on my email list, you need to get on there, because that's where you find out all the stuff first. Okay, so I believe on Facebook I have a post today where you can click that and you get a free online class with it. All right. And on YouTube, if you're watching, I will put it in the video description when I'm done. Okay, so now we're going to use adhesive on this strip right here. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, which you could use liquid glue. I just don't want to have to wait on it to dry, okay? So now, this is where I forget sometimes what to do. I'm going to fold back on this second score line, okay? And then you're going to fold it all the way over to this score line, which is like your card front right here, okay? So again, adhesive here, not this score, but the next score, fold it back, then come over like this. Debbie, y'all are going to be making a card like this tonight, this evening. So, okay, so you do it like that, and then when you pull it up, it makes that little box, okay? And so we have that done. Now for this piece. Remember, this was the 1/2 inch score and then the 1.5 inch score. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my gingham designer paper, Country Floral gingham, and I'm going to use the balmy blue side. And I'm going to just put some adhesive here, and that's going to go on this largest panel right here. Okay, so now all your designer paper is done. Be sure you do that first before you assemble, okay? All right, so next, you're going to need adhesive in 2 places on this piece. You're going to, where the designer paper is here, you're going to need it here, and then, hey, John, Mia says like and subscribe. Yes, yes, absolutely. If y'all haven't seen Mia's video on my Facebook or YouTube, you need to watch it. She is pretty much a pro for 5 years old. Okay, so right here, we're going to put adhesive here, and then you're going to flip it and put adhesive here. Okay? All right, so let's go with this. John is my son-in-law, Mia's dad. They're at Disney. I can't believe you're watching, John. Are y'all in line or something? Okay, then I'm going to flip it and put it here. Don't let this side touch anything, okay? All right, so you have 2 strips of adhesive. All right, now you're going to fold this back, okay? And this is going to turn your card like this. Let me move this up. Let's get these out of the way. Pull that up there where you can see it. This is where the adhesive is on this strip. Fold it back right here where you just see the designer paper. And then I come about a 1/2 inch, fold this box back down, and so it's going to come about the same distance there. You want to be about equidistance from the top. Oh, you're waiting on food. Okay. And here. And then you just press it down. Now watch the magic. Ta-da! Okay. And there's your card. Now all you have to do is embellish. So we're going to do that. Now I have to tell myself, the first time I did it, I glued this side down, and I thought, what the heck am I doing? But it's right now. This is how you do it. The little tab goes over here on this side, okay? And you just have to make sure everything's flat when you adhere it. All right, so let's see what we're going to do here for our embellishing. So first of all, I'm going to get this piece of basic white, and I'm going to stamp and ink up and stamp this double heart stamp. It's together, so you can stamp it together, okay? Thanks, Dawn. And I'm going to take my balmy blue. I'm going to lay this flat, open up my ink pad, and I'm going to just ink this up, okay, applying direct to stamp. Then I'm going to take my petal pink, open that up, and do the smaller heart and ink it up. Now, this has some distressed areas. It's supposed to look like that, light and dark, okay? Okay, so I'm going to stamp this first, and then I'm going to stamp the leaves. So, put that right here and stamp. Okay, so you see how I have this light area here? That's supposed to be like that, okay? All right, next I have the leaves, and they're attached, which is a great convenience. Let me get mint macaron. And I punch these twice. I don't try to punch it all together. It's just easier for me like this. And then I can use the extra heart. So I'm going to, oh, let me get this where you can see it. Stamp that here. So now, let's get our country bouquet punch. Slide it in. Punch the two hearts, and then you have two extra leaves that actually, since the stamp set is polymer, you could probably stamp on those, and you can for sure do it on the hearts. When I come over here, line it up, and punch. Okay, so I'm going to save that little heart. There's the other leaf. Okay. So now, let's get our card. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead. I have a scrap piece of basic white, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment that says "just wanted to say." And I'm going to do that like I did on my sample card in mint macaron. So I'm just going to stamp it in the center. Again, that's a 1/2 inch strip. Then I'm going to take my paper snips and do a diagonal cut here and do a diagonal cut here. All right, get some of the trash out of the way. And we're going to play around with placement here. And at first I thought this balmy blue heart would not show up against that, but look, it does. I think it looks good. It's darker than the actual print. This I'm going to put here, and I think I'm going to use a dimensional on the back of that. And then I'm going to put the two leaves like this, and the sentiment down here. Okay? All right. So let's do that. Let me go ahead and put the sentiment right there. Okay, now let's go ahead. I'm going to place the heart with some liquid glue like this. Then I'm going to come and go ahead and let's do our leaves. So I heard football, watching football. Kathy, does TCU play on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Our nephew played for TCU, so kind of partial to that school a little bit. But I also like to watch UT. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to slide it a little down. Maybe slide that a little up so it's not floating out there by itself. The Cowboys play tonight. Okay, Debbie. I'm sure Jackie will have that on. We're in the living room while but not too loud. I'll tell him not to put it too loud. But okay, so now This is going to go here with some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's put this on. Take off those little papers, and then let's put that right there. Okay, super cute. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this front with the sequins, the adhesive back sequins that are in this suite. They're called pastel adhesive backed sequins. And what I want to point out for this is they're arranged on the little sheets differently than they used to be. Usually you had your like 2 rows of larger, 2 rows of a little bit different, middle size, and then 2 rows of small. Now there are 2 sizes on this one, and all of the larger ones are on one sheet and all of the smaller ones are on another sheet. Okay, so when I started, this one was on top, and I thought, oh, they're all small this time, because I pulled it out first and I used 3 small ones, and then I changed it up. So just something to note. Okay, so I'm going to use one of the large ones and put it right here. And then let's get 2. And these are in balmy blue, but they've got an iridescent finish on them, so they're really pretty. I'm going to put one right here. And then one more little one, and I think I want it right here. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. Now, so hindsight, if I had this to do all over again, I would probably move this a little more toward the center. It's fine, but when I do it again, I'll probably move it toward the center. Now let's work on the back. Move my adhesive sequins out of the way. And we have this 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. And I should have punched 2 hearts while I was doing it, but that's okay. We have time, right? So right here, I'm going to take the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment and stamp it in mint macaron. And I'm going to stamp it toward the top in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to repeat what we did a while ago with the heart. Let's go ahead and do the leaves. Sorry, I can't. I have to look up and see that I'm not on camera. I need to adjust that. Okay. Let's go ahead and punch the leaves again. There's an extra heart. There are the 2 leaves. And now I think I can put this ink away. Let's get our heart stamp again. And again, I'm going to put this and do basic blue at the balmy blue at the top and petal pink at the bottom. And then let's go ahead and put that here. And super quick, we can punch this out. Okay, let's close up our ink pads. Thanks, Ramona, for all those thumbs up. Thank you. All right, so now, here we go. Where is my, here it is. So now I want to take this, and I want to put this like here in the corner. And this one I'm going to put right here, but I'm not going to use dimensionals on the back. Let me get my mint macaron leaves and see if we have enough room here. And yes, we do. So let's go for it. So just a reminder that our, what do you call it, last chance promotion sale is still on. I have not looked at what has sold out today, if anything, but I know there are still some things available. So thank you for the likes and the heart. Appreciate that. Okay, so there we have that. And then let's put a heart, no, the big heart first. Oh, Lisa, kind of messed that up a little bit. I'm going to have to get my adhesive remover to that. And so just adding a little bit of the stamping to the back makes it, because it's going to show all the time. It's not like the inside of a card, but that would be great even on the inside of a card. But here you're going to glue it here, and then that's going to be done. And I'm going to show you another one that's done with this same stamp set, but with different color scheme and a different stamped image on the front. Okay. All right. So here we go. Isn't that cute? It stands up so well. You can also make this like this. Okay, stand up this way. But I like it better this way because you've got this holding it and stabilizing it. Okay, let's look at another card that I made with this same stamp set, same papers, but it's just in Sweet Sorbet. So you see, it's like a totally different look depending on the color that you use. Thank you, Karen. Here, I've used that heart pattern, and I've used the Sorbet gingham check. And then here is that two-step stamp that I told you about. Let me find my stamp set. It's here somewhere on my desk, and I don't even see it. My goodness. You know the one with the hearts that I showed you? It's gone. It is gone. I don't know where it is. It's probably right in front of my nose. Do y'all see it anywhere? Okay, so here, hey Catherine. So here what I did is I stamped that two-step stamp, the one with the flowers, and then in sorbet, and then the one with the leaves. I stamped over it mint macaron. Okay. Then I fussy cut it out. Thank you, Debbie. I fussy cut it out, and then I mounted this heart on a scrap piece of crumb cake, and I cut out, leaving just about 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. Okay, so it wouldn't, the white on this just didn't pop enough for me. So I did that simple technique, just mounted it and cut like a frame. Okay, stamped the For You, and I fussy cut around that in a curvy style instead of just straight. I used some of these goldish looking copper of the adhesive back sequins. And here's that crumb cake ribbon that ties in with the paper. And look how pretty that looks with this. I remember a few years back we had crumb cake with our Valentine, and it was gorgeous. Okay. So, you know, and they fold flat like this to fit in a regular envelope. All right. And then on the back of this one, I put, I love that we are friends, and I just took a spare piece of the designer paper that I had on the desk after all that cutting and put it there. Okay. So there are our two fun fold cards for today. This is the one we made here live. And hi, Carol. Thank you for tuning in and watching. So really, these are easy to make. Make one. You might practice with some cardstock, scraps cardstock or something, and be sure you put your designer paper on first, okay, before you assemble. So, are there any questions? Let me see if I'm going to get back to you. Let me do this. Okay, so if you have any questions, whether you're watching the live or the replay, you can post them here below the video. Okay, and remember that. Hi, Sylvia from Ohio. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Carol. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, I would love to serve you. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not. And if you're not or not following me on Facebook, do that as well. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. I haven't done anything in a while, but I'm coming back. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I hope you all have a great New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebration. And next week, I know that I'm thinking that I'm going to do live again on Thursday, just like today at 11, because that is when the catalogs will go live. The celebration brochure, okay, and the new mini catalog. And there's lots of fun stuff. Oh, thank you, Debbie. You're so sweet. Thank you. Okay. So let me know if I can help you with anything. Happy New Year, and I'll talk to y'all again soon. Just reach out if I can help you with something. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Dawn.